I guess I mean it's technically too late for that if it was, but ugh. Ugh. Alrighty. Is that everything? I think it's everything. Ooh. Bad. Fun times. You know, I guess what I could do is I'm curious. It's not gonna show me that as a... Unfortunate. Oh well, nothing I can do about that. Blah. Back to this. Alrighty. I have a feeling the fan's probably getting picked up. I can't really do a ton about that. I tried angling the microphone a little bit, so it should... Hang on, the camera back. Should be fine, or better at least. But you at least don't hear it when I'm not talking, which should not be an issue, because it's not like this is a just chatting stream or anything. Right? It'll be fine. Honestly, I don't think there's any upsides to summer. Temperature-wise, I guess. I mean, I'm sure the people still in schooling would disagree, because they get some break. Which, fair. But at the same time, it's 80 degrees, and I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy. This is not my idea of a good time. I don't particularly enjoy pools. The surprise, I'm sure, since I barely leave the house. There's more bugs. Well, if you have air conditioning, then you spend more money in air conditioning. So as I say, if it's too cold, you can always add layers. There's only so many that you can take off when it gets really hot. So, you know, just saying. I didn't drink that, but whatevs. Ivy. Yeah. I don't know. Today might be the day that I employ Reddit. Because it is less for me to do, which means I do have to sign into that. I'm like, oh. Oh. That's... Oh, it's already signed in, but that's if I use the non... What's it called? I need to re-sign in because if I want to do an incognito window so it stops trying to dox me. Can't think of any particular reason why I'd want that to not happen. But, yes. So great. I technically don't need to sign in, but... Yeah, I mean, anything that it would allow you to see, I wouldn't want showing on stream anyway, because that would be bad. What is some gaming news? I mean, besides the obvious hate towards Nvidia, because... Okay, well, I guess we could just jump in here. So this is the first thing that I saw. You can't see my cursor. That's incredibly annoying. Because it should be showing the cursor. That's because I didn't click on the window. Whatever. It's so weird, that's how that works. So yeah, maybe we'll just wait on that. We'll come back to it later when I'm more sane or less sane. What are we thinking? It could really be either. I honestly don't know. I can't wait. Assuming that the price is actually what AMD says it will be. Less than a week. Oh well. About a week? Is it about a week or is it less than a week till the 5th? By 1 day. By 1 day it's less than a week. Let's go. 6 days until the 9060 comes out. And I can then wait another couple of days, slash a few days, if I'm lucky, to get a graphics card that I can actually use, fingers crossed, to start playing games again. As much as I love chatting with you guys, I run out of ideas, because I have too many ideas. And I'm not the sort of person who talks that much in the first place. I know, surprise. So it'll be easier on me at the very least, which means, hey, you should like it. You probably get more streams. Because, less draining of the social battery. Do I know what exactly I'm playing? No. No, of course not. I have no clue. I thought maybe like, but I've decided I don't have the energy for that. I don't know if is it just me, or has League of Legends got even worse lately? I feel like there's been a drastic uptick in the amount of people who are more inclined towards mental booming slash running it down slash both. It's not a great time. It's the opposite of a great time, let's be perfectly honest, but yeah. It's one of those I like the game moments, but oh my, it's so painful to play at times. Because like before it would be, I don't know, every few games, like you'd maybe get someone like that. I think over the past 3 days I've played like 5 games as opposed to when I used to play like 5 games a day because I had nothing better to do. Especially while waiting for my PC parts to get in, so I could actually do at least some form of streaming. And now it's like, not only is it 1 out of 2 games if I even get that far, but it's so blatantly just them baby raging in an otherwise winnable game and them then making unwinnable for everyone else in running the experience. It's just like, why? I just want to have fun in video games, right? Yeah. Well, it is what it is. Obligatory league rant done. Yeah. I don't want to rant the entire time, right? I know it'd be easy because there's plenty of stuff to rant about in the world these days. But it's not fun. I like to think of this as more of an escape from the horrors of actually existing in the world, instead of complaining about it. I mean, everyone needs to vent every now and then, but that's not the reason why I stream. I remembered what I wanted to put for the title. I might save that for YouTube, but I should probably type it out, because I'm gonna forget. It's not even a question of whether I will forget, I will just straight up forget. What was it? Mandated Fox Socialization Hours. Turn down the heat. Not a thing. Okay. Now the question is, do I change the stream title now that I remembered what I wanted to put as the stream title? I don't think I like it all in capitalization. You ever delete a letter that was capitalized and then automatically capitalize it again because that's technically how it should be? Yeah, okay. Alright. Where did that go? Okay. That's not... I need OBS, right. There we go. Alright. See, it's mandated now, you have to be here. Get it. Ugh. I'm very good at coming up with titles that would work if I already had an established audience of, say, a few hundred people, right? Because that in and of itself would be enough to get people to, like, come click on the stream and give it a shot. Which is, you know, funny quips, etc., etc. Those don't work as well when you're, like, slumming it down in the, conservatively 2 to 3 viewer range, or below especially, because that doesn't get you to click on the video. And I don't have anything special that I'm doing, so I can't use that. I did forget to work on the thumbnail. Hey, let's get further depressed, I guess. Huh. I always find it interesting, because, like, I get it, but it's kind of funny when you see people make videos about, here's how I went and became successful on Twitch, or starting as a VTuber in 2025, and it's like, it's been up for like a week, 2 weeks, and it's got like 200 views? I mean, it can go either one of two ways, right? Either it's actually not that good, or kind of just getting screwed by the algorithm, especially if they're new, or if they're trying a new style of content. YouTube's algorithm is not perfect, but it does at least have one, I will give it that. Twitch, on the other hand, is... yeah. Not great. It's not great. Oh. Okay, I know. I can find that later. Do we want to bet on whether there's at least a views? I don't know what happened. No. Okay. Because before I took that month break, when I didn't even use thumbnails, get at least a couple of views on each file. Not helped by the fact that YouTube it's one impression in the first 19 hours. Gee, I wonder why no one's clicking on it. Because they can't. It's not shown to them. Like I said, it's not great. So as much as it's easy to look at low view count videos on YouTube, their algorithm isn't really, they're supposedly improving it, but it's not built to help small streamers grow, because they don't get a chance. Never mind that the whole culture of content creation is, if they don't have a bunch of views, it's probably bad, right? It's not necessarily the case, but, you know. If you click on the odd low view count video or stream that you see and it's not good, then that reinforces the idea that they're all not good. It's just how the human brain works. Which, I mean, to an extent fair, because you can only go off of what you've experienced, and... Well, I've done this sort of thing... Okay, here's an example, I guess, from me. Because I read a lot. As I'm sure you're aware, that could get kind of expensive, especially considering even if you get them all digital, books are still not exactly the cheapest things. Cheaper than hardcover versus anything else, really. But still not cheap, so I tend to read a lot of fanfiction because it is free. I've learned over time that if a story is good, there will be, let's see, what is, more likes than comments. Because it's, you could look at it as sort of a, let's say you're climbing a hill, right? Okay. There's, this doesn't quite work, but it's kind of like choosing, ooh, skiing. Skiing works as an analogy. It's kind of like going on the baby slopes versus a black diamond course, right? It's just more is asked of you than just dropping a like, right? If you're gonna make a comment, then you have to think about the comment, type it out, and then hit enter. Which doesn't sound like a lot of effort, but if you're enjoying a story and you're sucked into it, you're not likely to comment on it because you're enjoying it, so you're reading through it. So, I mean, since a lot of fanfiction is unfinished when you find it, because it's written as they go, tends to be like at the end of the written section, so they'll probably do that if they really liked it. But again, they'll only do it if they really enjoyed it. Which, fair. Your job as the writer in that case is to do well enough that they want to interact. In my case, as a streamer, it's doing well enough they want to at least stick around and watch, but ideally interact a little bit, just a smidge. Give me something to feed off of, please. I mean, I'm not literally, I'm kind of hungry, I guess, but I did eat breakfast. Lunch. Brunch? We'll call it brunch. Eggs, salsa, and toast, because the conventional combo. It's good though. Although, admittedly, I would have gone with tortillas if we had tortillas, but we didn't have tortillas. So, I haven't learned how to manifest them out of the void yet. Therefore, it is not an option. Yeah, it's mostly there to be filling anyway, so whatever. And I can't be the only one I wonder if this is more ADHD or autism. That eats and drinks stuff for flavor, not necessarily for nutritional value. I feel like it's a fairly common thing, right? It's normal, surely. I mean, why eat it if you're not enjoying it? I know the health benefits, but like, work with me here. Okay. Yeah, before you ask, yes. How to improve content-wise is always running through my head. Welcome to ADHD. Is it the most helpful thing? No, not really. Ideally, I just get through the stream and worry about it after the fact. But I need something to talk about anyway. So... I think I stick with the thumbnail design that I have currently. Can I do this? I think I can do this, right? I was preemptive with this. Okay, so what I'm working with at the moment is, or I could just, yeah, why am I doing this the hard way? It's the file on my PC. Like, just... Is this? Oh, it looks like it's cut off, but no, it's not. Okay. And now I gotta go this because it doesn't just show up in OBS. I have to click on that. Okay, so this is what I'm running with at the moment, which I did admittedly change from... What's it called? Is it this one? Okay. It does work a bit better, I think. Because this one is... Here, let me get out of your face slightly. I like the coloration. However, the smaller one, both I kind of figured out, especially when there's less on there, and I know I need to make it more visually appealing. That's somewhat of a difficult thing to figure out when... Alright, I don't particularly think I'm the most entertaining, but yet I know I can be. But I don't necessarily have the highest of opinions of my entertainment value, I guess. Probably a fairly normal thing if we're being perfectly honest, but when it's really empty, it's very bright. It's still kind of bright. Which, looking around, I kind of realized there's not a lot of thumbnails that are super bright. So I don't know if that's part of it. But even in that case, I really have to... whatever. Alright. This one's a little better because the stroke marks are larger, which means you get a little more of the purple and blue instead of the... It's still blue technically, but more whitish blue. Which I mostly use because it contrasts with the outfit. But then, of course, the hair is white, right? So... don't know. Maybe I go back to the more monochrome design? I don't know. Tough to say. Because, I mean, if I really wanted to be lazy, I could just use the background that I currently am for stream as a thumbnail. I really do like this bottom left section. I love, oh, it looks so good. I might just recreate a different version of it. Basically amounts to putting gray on a canvas and then taking the blue, white-ish, the pastel blue really, with, I think it was pointillism was the brush type. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but, and then I can take that and then put it over the top and it blends, and then you end up with this nice, more toned down version of the blinding thumbnail, which I'll probably do. Or just... that doesn't work. I was gonna say, or just put a darker section to lighten, or bring down the brightness a little bit. This would be a lot easier if the hair color was flipped with the clothing color. It means I might need to change the color in the upper right of the little date stamp, because if I put dark, it would have to be in the bottom like half, which just gives it a more uniform stripy look. Which isn't, I'm just too symmetrical for my liking. I'm very much more of an asymmetric kind of gal. I do like the coloration of the this though. I think it helps not having it all be white. So if I can get a more toned down version of the background. Oh my, that is like massively okay. I feel the need to. Can I copy this? Yes. Wait. Is this window capture 1 or 2? It's 2. Okay. Okay, and then this one I can go back and do this. No. No. Yes. No. Okay, don't click on the side of the screen. Alright, cool. That's... I don't know if that comes through on your end as much, but that is so much brighter. No? But that's the same one. Oh. Wait, so then what about this one? Oh, they both changed? Okay, what if I put this one back to this? Okay, well I see that doesn't work. Okay. It just copies it, and then I change anything and it clones it. I guess I just need another window capture window. Uh-huh. I should go like that then, right? Alright, cool. It doesn't... you can kind of tell though. This is way brighter than that. That's incredibly, incredibly bright. So that might help things. I'm not sure I'm super big fan of the facial expression that worked out to have, but... yeah, I'm not trying to seduce you. Promise. I'm too awkward for that. It comes off as way cooler than I ever feel that I actually am. Yeah. It's kind of nice with the cutoff, though. Hmm. I suppose it fits with the whole Fox theme, but whatever. Point is, I want to bring this down. Please? Please? Alright, cool. It's out there. Oh. Hide. Hide. Alright, cool. So, yeah, that's what I've been spending my time doing. Is it interesting? Only if you're interested in content creation. Or art talk, I guess. Not that I'm the most practiced or experienced with that, but you know. I dabble. I dabble. Yeah. I think I'm definitely more. What's it called? Adept at streaming games than I am streaming just chatting. Because then I have something to focus on. Right? All I have to do is comment on something that's happening in game. Which is easier for some games than others, admittedly. That's why I don't feel like doing League. Besides the fact that it's incredibly painful at the moment. Two, I feel like I have to put too much focus on playing the game and not enough on chat. But is that the incorrect view to take on that, or stance to take on that, or is it just a matter of preference? I don't really know. It's the thing that I keep thinking about that I don't have an answer for, because there's no easy way to get an answer. Which I don't love, obviously. Just makes my life more difficult, because I very obviously don't. I know it technically should work, right? But content creation is always a gamble in the first place. So I see. That wasn't an intentional pun, but it works. Leaky? Likey? Checking to be leaky. We'll go leaky. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. Where was I? I don't remember. How goes life though? Oh, that's interesting. What's it called? Stream Elements puts it to. I never understood why it's Stream Elements is different colors than Twitch itself. But red and blue. Interesting. I'm pretty sure that I'm not wanted for anything, so I should be fine. But a random thing that I noticed. Yeah. Having a topic would make things easier, but then I'd have to pick a topic, so arguably that's not easier either. Hopefully your day's been going well though. Because mine has been entirely too warm. Summer, why do you? I'm assuming it's another language. I'm gonna go with that's another language. I'm tempted to look. Which is hard to do if I don't know what language it is, granted. But it is tempting. Maybe. As for wishes, there was a lot of stuff I could wish for, sure. But, I see. The question is, do you know what it means? Or do you not know? Full pronunciation of username leads me to believe that it's probably on purpose. Yeah. We'll go with that. Yeah. Google's such a useful tool. We'll just count that as first warning. Can't control the username. That's whatever. But, first off, English only, because I don't want to have to look everything up, so I'm just, actually, probably just in the future assume that it doesn't matter, because I can't verify what it means. Just time out and then go from there. Because I can't moderate the chat in a language I don't speak, yeah? This is from someone who likes other languages, granted I only know the one really. But just a common courtesy thing. That, and some people will come in and try and think they're sneaky and make a nuisance of themselves, assuming that the streamer won't notice, or the, in this case, small streamer won't do anything about it, even though my intuition's screaming that that's very much someone just trying to cause mischief. Or a bot, one of the two. So, yeah. No thank you, I'm good. I'd rather stream to no one than be desperate enough to just let people make a fool of me and take advantage, so no. Ain't that easy. Anyway, I think I was talking about... Well, I was talking about streaming, obviously. But... One wasn't. We'll just go just chatting versus game. Because I know I touched on that. I don't remember where I diverged off to, but... neither is really better than the other, inherently. But... I don't know. Maybe it's the ADHD. I prefer gaming. Because, again, I have something to focus on then too. And I have something to play off of. Because there's... I must have document... No, there's... What is the word? Dialogue. And stuff happening in the game that I can comment on. And turn that into something that isn't just me yapping to myself. It isn't the worst thing, but not exactly what I want out of this whole thing. Streaming endeavor. And I guess you could say, why do you think that you can actually succeed at this? To which I say, just a feeling. I've eventually, anyway, learned not to question my intuition and to just go with it. I feel like I should stream, make content, so I'm gonna stream to make content. I generally regret not following my gut when I don't, So, yeah, let's just go with it. Need to remember to unplug that later, it's apparently fully charged. But you know, I'm fully cognizant that everyone these days wants to be a Twitch streamer or a content creator. I don't personally think it's as oversaturated as most people say. What I will agree with is that it's not anywhere near a sure thing. If you go out and you try and get a job at like the local fast food chain or whatever, sure it sucks, but it's you at least know you can probably get the job, right? You're guaranteed a certain level of pay and income if you get the job. As opposed to streaming where, I mean, there's no set amount that you earn, but there's no set amount that you earn. If you get the, yeah. Minimum wage is higher than $5 a month, if you manage that. There's the whole Twitch getting rid of affiliate thing, which will simplify things a little bit. At least, I mean, it's good from my perspective, because it's one less thing to hyperfixate on in terms of reaching affiliate. Because first off, yeah, being able to earn money is part of it, but you could do that through donations anyway, though I have those off because I'm paranoid. 2, I just really want to be able to use the points stuff and like be able to do sound alerts and silly things like that, but you can't until you reach affiliate because it's all locked behind being an affiliate. Which is very inconvenient for me. It's what I was needed to go into DaVinci Resolve and turn. Okay, so I got a sound bite from Marvel Rivals of Captain America ulting because I think it'd be a fun raid message and a raid alert. But I forgot to actually turn it into an audio file so that I can do that. So that I need to do. I need to... No, I decided I was sticking with my current thumbnail background for the moment. I might try and spice it up slightly, but it is not as bright as the other ones, the previous version, so I think I can run with it. Then I really like pastel colors, so as much as I love my black and white color scheme with accents, it's a little harder to pull off looking good in a background, especially because I don't have a huge breadth of experience with art in the first place. So I don't know how to make certain things mesh as well as I'd like, I suppose you could say. And yes, I did see that they unfollowed. Don't care. Sure, I'm doing this with the goal of eventually being able to do this as a career sooner rather than later, because income would be nice. And I've kind of nailed down what I could do as a job to basically voice acting and this. Perks of ADHD and autism. But mostly depression. Being able to set my own hours helps. Being able to decide what I'm going to do, as much as my brain struggles sometimes with coming up with stuff to, or rather, with selecting what I want to do or I'm going to do from the rather exhaustive list that my brain can come up with. But I have 3 roles. Technically, I mean, you could argue it's 6, but have fun, be myself. Don't hesitate, do things my way, and slow is smooth, smooth is fast, don't force it. Those are the rules I came up with over the month-long break that I took, and then the almost month-long break that I had to sit through afterwards because my PC was dying, and I need a new graphics card. Because it's not happy. But I can at least open tabs and stuff without the stream lagging. So we consider that a win. New CPU, new power supply. Finally making use of the 32, is it megabytes or gigabytes? Whatever, of RAM that I have. I think it's gigs, right? It's gigabytes. Yeah. Because otherwise the smaller version would be kilobytes. And it goes in. Yeah, okay. Which, yeah. Still slightly burned on trying to play games before I get a new graphics card, but okay. Small tidbit of information if you're less tech inclined. My card is a 2060 RTX 2060, so NVIDIA. The original one. What's the MSI Supervent Associate, whatever, but it's 6 gigabytes of VRAM. In the year 2025, 8 gigabytes is considered not enough for gaming itself. Just gaming. While also trying to stream with a VTuber model, I'd say that I need more than 6 gigabytes to do it successfully. As I can attest to by the numerous crashes that I've dealt with progressively over the last year. Which is apparently partially my power supply, hilariously. Didn't know that, but when I replaced it, because I was upgrading the CPU and, as it later said, the GPU, I got a performance increase just off of the power supply, which means it wasn't providing enough. Probably due to the shoddy power situation that my current abode has. I don't know who thought it was a good idea to put the bathroom, kitchen, living room, and my room all in the same circuit breaker. But they did. It's not a particularly large one either. It's what you'd probably use for a single room in a modern day house. But they did. Which means if you have someone else in the house and they turn on the microwave or something while you're playing a game while also having a bunch of lights on, yeah, not a good time. So that didn't help. Suffice to say, yeah, I gotta do without that. But it's been like 40 minutes, so I figure good a time as any to jump into actually doing something. I could also just get off, but I like... Part of it, obviously, is I need to be streaming to grow, right? Because you can't get discovered on Twitch if you're not streaming. And apparently, if YouTube decides to just blacklist your channel for whatever reason, no other way to really take one impression by getting put in front of one person in 19 hours. Kind of weird. Rough. Pretty rough. Oh no, that's right, I need to do this. Incognito. Yeah. Incognito tab. Bloop bloop bloop. Alright, so I want to look at gaming. Over to here. I will go chill down here. Yeah, hey. I get drunk slightly. There we go. And, I said slightly. I didn't say disappear into obscurity. Okay. Chill. How did I get this? Ah, that's how I got. Okay. Just barely. Need 1 pixel more. Alright, cool. So, what do we got? Alright. The Witcher thing. Yeah. It's a pretty fair point, to be perfectly honest. But also, they do it because it just looks weird a lot of the time. If you put it like there, it just, you feel like you're so far away. That's how it is, obviously, IRL. But, you know, it just looks weird in game. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes two. Well, I mean, I guess it's their devs, so yeah. Okay. So if you think about it, games cost $65 generally because back in the day, if you will, when they actually had to make physical copies of their game for people to get their hands on it, it made more sense because there's actual cost going into it, right? They had to pay to put the stuff in physical copies and discs and boxes and blah blah blah. It's all digital now. Like most people are going to be buying it through Steam. You have to generate a key. That's it. You're not putting significantly more work into the game than you did before. The people making it might be better paid, probably not. We're talking about stuff like Activision and Take-Two or EA. But that doesn't justify a change from $65 to $100 just because it's more popular. Like, at a certain point, who are you trying to sell it to? You're not making the game. I'd imagine this isn't really a thing yet, as far as I've seen, for luxury purposes in the same way that you make a Lamborghini as opposed to the average car or whatever. I'm not super well versed in vehicles. Right? It's not a supercar, it's a video game. I highly doubt you'd make more money selling it for $100 than you would selling it for even just the generally accepted $60. You'd have more people buying it by significant amount because most people don't have $100 these days to justify spending on a video game. And if they did, it would only be one. Maybe it'd be GTA 6, maybe it wouldn't be. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think it's justified. Obviously, I'm biased because I don't have a ton of money. I don't really have any money. Spare to spend on stuff. Especially because I have to get a new graphics card. But... wait, that's the wrong one. I want to see this. Okay, you can kind of tell that it's still in... okay, well... yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. I'm sorry. As a League player, I feel this. I feel this quite, oh man. Oh. Conveniently, League isn't available through Steam, so I can't check my hours played. But you can check how many games played, I think. That number is not really small. And if you think about it, in the Elo games trend towards like 40 minutes on average. Yeah, I am silver because I don't know if you ever tried climbing in League, but well, it's a team game. It's not impossible, but you do have to play differently than you'd think in order to actually succeed. And I'm very much a team player, not a screw you guys, I'm gonna go do my own thing player, so it's kind of rough. Yeah. Also, it's been a lot of hours. Mercenaries too. I remember I do remember being slightly perturbed at how they dealt with the co-op in Mercenaries 2. Because you get a nuclear bunker buster, right? You want to see it blow up from far away. That's like part of the draw of large explosion. But you have a very narrow, tiny ring that you have to be within of the other player. And it's just very, very annoying. Still a fun game, though. I don't remember a lot of the specifics, just the nuclear bunker buster. But I know there was a ton of shenanigans. Back when EA games were just generic. Scrap? I guess? I don't know. They had a soul. They don't anymore. It's been sucked out of them. I am looking forward to that, maybe. Hopefully it's a good game. I am slightly burned by Cyberpunk still, because the release of that was not great. Was it CDPR? No, it wasn't. It was not great. It's probably a good game now, but I A, can't play it because graphics card. And B, well, yeah, burned by the launch. I will say stuck with it up until the weapon recipe for a weapon that I wanted didn't actually produce the weapon that it was supposed to. It was just the one that I already had. As in the one that I was holding at the time when I tried to craft it. Very odd bug. But yeah, that was the point when I decided, alright, that's enough. But yeah, this is the problem with making a fuss about everything, right? Why is this even something people would consider woke? I mean, I can come up with an idea, and it points to Halo, who's had the same protagonist for over a decade now. Because companies can't just have change. They're not a big fan of risk, whereas if you look at the Red Dead series, you had John Marston in Red Dead Redemption. And then Red Dead Redemption 2, you had Arthur Morgan. You still see the same characters to an extent, right? You get Dutch, you get the other characters that aren't Dutch that I don't remember the names of. But you're not just the same character. Like, they could have, if it were Activision or EA, you probably would have just played as a young John Marston, right? Keep in mind, he was a kid then. But, they're just so afraid of changing things because they don't actually. I mean, to be fair, like, DICE didn't understand why. What's it called? Bad Company 2 was so popular. Because it's. I mean, it wasn't that different from the first game. So it's partially timing, but also it just. There was a game idea they had, they went with it, ran with it, and they actually cared about it. A lot of the times, if something's good or not, it'll come down to, did the person who created it care? Instead of just trying to make money. That applies to content creation too, yes. That's my rules. Yeah, I would be playing games, except I can't play games. I've decided I want to do at least 2 streams a week though, because I like streaming. I know that, contrary to the last couple, no one here at the moment that was talking, at least. Still the viewer count off, because it doesn't help. But you know, I don't know. It'd be a lot easier if I was playing a game, but I don't know what game I could do, considering I worry about my PC's capability to function while streaming with the VTuber model, never mind but the game and the VTuber model. I'm kind of attached to having, you know, visual representation of myself that I don't hate. Trans things. So yeah, that. Bring it back around to this. This annoys me because there's so much about culture that just wants to be. You're conditioned to get upset at things. Like, you're not allowed to interact with stuff unless you're upset and offended by it. Even if it's not something that should really offend you in the first place, or even if maybe it would offend you that you don't have to interact with because it's just personal taste, not objectively bad. Personally, I think it is worse to have a lack of creativity and do the same thing every year, Call of Duty, than it is to try something new. Of course, from a business perspective, new things are scary because it's not guaranteed to work. Not that I'd have any experience with doing new scary things that aren't guaranteed to work. Hi. What I'm doing currently. Yeah, crazy. Of course, I didn't earn millions of dollars off of whatever I was doing before, so maybe that doesn't quite stack up as a comparison. Alright, this is interesting. Game had a reported... Okay, why did Sleeping Dogs fail? Game had a reported budget of $30 million and released in August 2012 to great reviews, sold 1.5 million units by September 2012, and got re-released on console at the time in 2014. Okay, 2 years later, whatever. Great word of mouth, even to this day, the setting and story is unique. Is. I just tend not to play games that have a male protagonist. Gee, I wonder why that could be. But, yeah. It's good. Game had every reason to be a juggernaut, and it's gotten multiple sequels, but its sequel is a now cancelled MMO multiplayer style game. And yeah. I don't know. Like they say, sometimes things just don't work out. It's not that they're bad. Just right thing, wrong time. I'm gonna be doing this until it works out, or I'm just not really doing anything. And that's, I mean, it's as true for streaming as it is for games. So you can be doing something that is objectively good. I don't think I've really done anything objectively good up to this point. I've just been trying to figure out what I want to do. Moving forward, so we should be a little better at least. Should at least like the content that I'm making. But that is the risk with content creation. There's no guarantee that what you're doing is what people want to see at the time. If you make long-form videos at a time when short, quick, rapid edits is popular, you're not likely to do as well, at least off the bat. You might eventually build up an audience, right? Well, you will, eventually, because people will find you, it'll just take longer. But it's not going to be rapid growth. I'm pretty settled into the idea that I'm not going to be hitting any rapid growth. I think I will see progress and improvement over the next year or so, but I don't do anything super special, I don't think. I have stuff that I want to do in the future, but I need a much better PC even than what I will have with the upgraded graphics card to do, because I want to do 3D animation. Right, I want to mess around with different scenes and scenarios and whatnot, and be really fun. But I need to get the skills at 3D animation, because I'm not going to make my own models, first off. You can only learn so many things. And it's tedious, and I kind of just suck at making people in the first place. I know what looks wrong and weird, but I don't know what looks good and that I actually, or how to reach what I want to actually achieve. Maybe that's a me thing, maybe it's an autism thing, who knows. I'm not great with faces. Voices, I get. Faces, I don't remember faces. At least, I don't remember, like... I could know your name and what you look like, but I won't connect the two. Very frustrating at times. But it is what it is. It was in Hong Kong? Sleeping Dogs is a strong intellectual property, and so the titles such as Sleeping Dogs tend to sell better for long periods of time in the West, unlike in Japan where most lifetime sales are achieved in the first months. Really? Huh. Didn't know that. So the game was expected to sell about 1.75 million units. In September 10th, 2013, they announced that Sleeping Dogs alongside Tomb Raider and Hitman Absolution had been successful in their game development, but did not meet expectations, or sale expectations, and were considered failures. I actually really liked Tomb Raiders. I didn't like when, instead of polishing out the features they had and adding new things beside it, they tried to make it more and more fast-paced in like Call of Duty, because everyone's trying to copy Call of Duty. Well, actually, it's probably more like Uncharted, right? They tried to make it more Uncharted-y instead of its own thing, which is hilarious to me, because the games that pop off and do really well, like, oh, I don't know, Baldur's Gate 3, tend to be the ones who do something really interesting while also doing it in their own way. Granted, there's not that many ways that you can do a D&D style game, but more of like how every shooter that comes out tries to be Call of Duty, right? There's so many companies that have tried to copy Call of Duty. Hell, DICE, well, EA, tried to copy Call of Duty and make Battlefield more like Call of Duty instead of just being Battlefield. Because the corpos in charge see, oh, this made a lot of money. What if we got our version of that? I want that instead of, well, they're not creatives, they're corporate. There's two very different mindsets. So I get it, but it's very annoying. I don't know. Tricky to figure out. Okay, interesting. Yeah. It doesn't surprise me that the 2013 Tomb Raider was the best selling in the series, because it was good. Hey, at least I made Absolution went off and did its own thing. They made... Oh, they did do Deus Ex. That explains why I haven't seen another one of those games. They did Final Fantasy. Is that what they're basing everything off of? It's not Final Fantasy? Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Because yeah, obviously Final Fantasy XIV is done really good. But you... Okay, expecting every game as a developer that you make to be like Final Fantasy XIV or whatever Call of Duty did best, or Battlefield did best, or Baldur's Gate 3 is kind of like expecting to, if you succeed in content creation, to be Ludwig or Kai Cenat or any of the big names that I don't really know, admittedly. You could do a quarter of what they did and achieve a quarter of what they did and still be incredibly successful, right? Why is the one down... Well, okay. One of the downsides of capitalism, I suppose, is way too much competition and in areas where it doesn't help. And where it kills creative ideas like Sleeping Dogs or the Tomb Raider series. Kind of annoying. Very frustrating. Oh well. What are you gonna do? Stop gaming. What is with these stupid trends lately? Like, I draw the line at seeing YouTube ads about how to break the grip of the P word on your life. Like, what the... Wow. Like, at that point, you just have an addictive personality and you need to work around it. Oh, hey, Alto. What timing you have? It is still annoying though, because it's like, oh my god, just it's a normal thing, and it's always a Christian one too. Oh, oh, you didn't hear what you. Well, no, that's obviously. Hmm. To snark or not to snark? Choices. Not snark. But yeah, no. Have you had the oh so glorious pleasure of seeing the YouTube ads by some whatever Christian group about how to stop watching porn because it takes over your life and how it's so horrible and unnatural? I assume I don't watch into the full depth of them because, brother. Uh, the P word. Like, just because you want to make something dramatic, calling it the P word isn't gonna cut it. Just saying. It's like, why? Of all the things you could focus on to, like, stop, like, I don't know, drug use? Or, I don't know, go fix world hunger or something, or at least help it. But no. Exactly. It's it's the funny thing, because like even in books like Harry Potter, right? He who must not be named. So you just give the thing more power. You make him, in that case, more terrifying by not saying his name. Ignoring, spoiler alert, minor spoiler, but if you haven't read Harry Potter at this day and age, I can't help you. He does turn his name into a jinx of sorts in the last book, I believe. So that anyone who, well, that's, he can do it because no one says his name except the people who are fighting against him. So it's just an easy way to find them. Magic, am I right? It's like, ugh. There's plenty of real world issues without trying to inflate the effect that watching porn will have on your life. Like, I'm sure there are people that struggle with an addiction to porn, or is this still clicked on you? No. Okay, so you could say this. Or oh, I'm in the way. I can't lean over much, kind of. Video games. But again, that's you needing to find ways to actually manage your life instead of just doing the easy thing, I guess. Not quite the best way to put it, but like there's strategies and stuff that you could employ that would solve the problem. It won't be easy any more than someone being addicted to cigarettes is easy to overcome, but like if you really want to do it, that's the way. Just want to kill 2 of your ailments. No, League is still there. I think you're just kind of screwed, sorry. But hey, at least you're not like, the person in one of the previous posts that is, what was it, 10,000 hours in Dota 2? So it could be worse. You just have to roll out of bed and queue up. I see we woke up at Joe's self-harm today. Well, this is just me getting particularly unlucky with my games. Also, I think Ari is just trash at the moment. Actually, yeah, let's just Where is she now? Has she fallen any further? A little bit. Oh, it's up from 49%. Okay. But yeah, because I didn't see if T1 chose her, because I didn't watch either of the games. I just saw them get steamrolled within the first like 5 minutes, checked and saw that that was it. That it was not a 3-game series. I was like, oh well, I have better things to do with my time. You know it's good when bone plating is one of the higher win rates. Winning items, Blackfire Torch. That was 66 plays. Picking Kelly no matter the matchup. Yeah. You'd think that when bets that this is purely because of Akali. Anyway, you'd think when the counter to AP tank is A, one-shotting the mage while building full tank. Thank you, Riot. I appreciate that. And 2, being picked into AD and doing well. Maybe they're a little OP, just slightly. But yes, the items with high win rates on Ari are not... They're not bringing me joy. So basically, I need to go back to building Bruiser Ari, which probably means Ares doing horribly. Those grasp. Whomst the hell is going Fleetfoot? Never mind. Most broken. Yeah, Yone can be annoying. Beat him in lane and then he just kills for free. Axiom Arcanist, huh? Anari. Okay. Yeah, no. A lot of things can't side against Yone, to be fair. Man, I sure am glad that the thing they buffed was his damage. I thought maybe he'd go down at least in higher elos in win rate when they took away his cleanse and the E. But it turns out that they just gave him enough damage that it completely nullified any issues. He takes turrets, he takes lives, he takes girlfriends, probably. Or boyfriends, I mean. He's Ionian. Maybe he does both. Don't know. Oh, Marky time. I don't care about early laning anymore. Side laning in mid-game is... Yeah, when you're playing Galio... Yeah, because you're basically guaranteed your early game. They either can't kill you, or you kill them. My Fox, though. It's just bruiser utility. I'm so depressed. I'm so crippling depression. It's like, you look at what's good at the moment, it's just like... Where even is Yone? Oh, he's down here because most people suck with him, right? Silas, Yasuo, Katarina, Galio, Zoe, Neferi, cap on that one. No, that still says 60%. 69. Oh no. Oh, okay, well that's not as bad. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, mother just got home, so he's excited. I don't want to close my door. It's too hot to do this. 80 degrees is entirely too much. Like, why did... Hear me out. We extend winter to... I don't know, basically take over for summer, and we just cut the, heat, well, the temperature by half. So instead of 80, it'd be like 65, 70. Well, the difference in temperature, so like from 40s to 70s. Basically Southern California weather, except no. Fun fact, Southern California was both a desert and a swamp at some point, so it's actually pretty hot. 84 today. Beat me by 4 degrees. My condolences. But, yeah. I don't like heat. I know, surprise. Considering previous name. But... I don't like heat. You can only take off so many layers, Alto. Even inside, because you only have so many layers that you can take off. Living in Washington? Alaska doesn't count. Okay, why does Alaska not count, first off? I feel like Alaskans are perfectly valid. 2, don't really want to imagine living in Washington. I've heard mixed reviews. Also, yeah. Global climate change is great. I'm pretty sure the entire West Coast is like the hundreds during the summer. But when I was a kid, it was... And keeping in mind, I grew up in SoCal. So, it would get to like 90s, maybe mid-90s at worst. When we moved, it was the hundreds regularly. It's not great. Yeah, I will, because it's valid question. Okay, Alaska exists. You can't make it not exist. You live in a desert. There's deserts in Washington? Oh. Oh. Interesting. That's not usually the vibe I get from Washington, but I guess that makes sense. Because like California literally has desert in it. I think... No, Eastern Oregon. Eastern Oregon, I think, has desert. Which is weird because it's like next to Utah, but whatever. And then apparently Central Washington has a desert. It's just... You have, along the west coast of the United States, both the largest deciduous, is it? Or whatever type of tree there. Rainforest in the world, or like second largest. I forget. I know it's the largest of that type. And then you have desert in all of those states. Which is only 3 because California's hogging half of the coastline. You live in dirt. I mean, usually a desert would be sand. No, so wouldn't you like live in sand? Did you get like the worst desert experience possible? Not even sand? Really? That's rough. That's rough, buddy. Keenan. Yeah, talk about broken champions, by the way. Holy. Desert isn't specified by sand? I don't know what that's from, but okay. I don't know. I just think of desert and I think of like sub-Saharan Africa. Or no. I think of the Sahara. There we go. The Sahara Desert or Death Valley. You know, that works too. Everything happening to Bungie's because of greed. Yeah. They did. They tried. And it died. Quickly. Okay. Best scores, and then who knows, maybe that'll be enough. Wouldn't know, never played Sonic. Okay, I knew this was gonna be popular, but jeez, okay. Could be worse though. I visit. Yes. Yes, I have. I did a hockey tournament in Las Vegas. So I got to at least be air conditioned like half of the time. Yeah. I guess I'm wondering if we'll discount for even more after another month. Keep dreaming. Yeah. Las Vegas is, it's an experience. Keeping in mind I was a kid when I went there. But it's very hot. I actually don't know what I'd do for food if I went there again for whatever reason. I can't think of a reason, of course, that I'd be going to Las Vegas, but if I did, I don't know what I'd do for food being... I imagine they have to have gluten-casein-free places somewhere. Wheat and dairy, to simplify it. Not by choice. Otherwise I'd be snacking on cheese right now, but no. No, I don't get that. Used here at night, it's cool. Yeah. I miss winter. Hot days when you get off work early. I need to move around more before it becomes an actual problem. Good for you though, I guess. Good to know that you get to inflict more leak on yourself. Man, that's made by AT&T, huh? We see before us a relic of a bygone era. Oh. Blasted by the Noodle Boys. Yeah. Part of that is I feel they have no incentive to try super hard because they're guaranteed third place, so who cares? Why give away strategies and stuff that they're working on? Which is like my least favorite part of esports. And why I like Lost Rotona so much. Because it shouldn't matter that much. If you're better than them, you would still beat them. If you need to cheese your way to victory, essentially, are you really that good? Just my personal take on that. And I can't help you with the League and Take thing, because I keep going back and forth on whether I want to try streaming that again after I get the new graphics card. Assuming it doesn't turn out that the motherboard is the issue and that I just cry myself to sleep for the next eternity, but you know. Here's hoping. God, the game is so... It's good when it's good, but then it's not good and it's like... Basically me when I get you. It's basically that MO. It just... Gaijin... War Thunder and League, best enjoyed in small doses, really, is... That's about what I've come to the conclusion of. I'm hoping that I can play Asuka, though. Because Asuka, I've wanted to play for a long time. But, you know. Couldn't. When not streaming, it barely got 80 FPS, and that's with all of the low settings, and I'm thinking that's because multiple things in my PC were dying, because it didn't actually change the graphical quality at all. Yeah. Good times. Alas. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Based. Just real. But, ugh. You know, my current struggle is figuring out why the hell YouTube hates me. Because I'm not sure how else to interpret one impression on the last VOD that was uploaded. Not the impression, one impression over 19 hours. Yeah. So, not sure how to fix that other than starting a new channel, because that's hilariously the thing to do. So I'd really rather not do, obviously. But, I mean, at a certain point, you just kind of gotta accept the solution for what it is, I guess. Don't know when that point is, because I'm stubborn, so we'll see. But yeah, that probably hasn't helped the whole having patience with League thing, not gonna lie. Yeah. But then, like, at what point does it pick up again? I guess I could kind of go back and look. Because, I don't know what else would I... New update changes everything for everyone on YouTube. So you say. So you say, but that's literally your job to make sensationalist stuff. So... Oh, my other pet peeve. My other pet peeve. All of the Grammarly commercials. Oh man. And went through it as well. Only finding enjoyment or fun with League because of friends. So this would be a whole new monitor. Yeah. Not so fun times. I don't care. What? Why is there a PewDiePie? Whatever. Not sure how my second channel gets a PewDiePie videos recommended, but sure. Oldest. That just kind of randomly randoms. I gotta swap off that to this, then do this. Because we go from like here to 8, 1, 1, 4, 3, none. Remember when I had that. 10, 11, 6, 2, 15, 1, 42, randomly. And then somewhere in there is what I was pretty sure was someone botting, because it goes up to like 100 or something. But yeah. But it did. Okay, can I just skip to the earlier section, please? Latest. They pick Kate Thresh. I mean, she only has like 50 more range than Vayne, right? It's not that bad. Thinking of like these. First off, this is I-searing. I'm aware, okay? I upgrade, I changed it. It's better. But those are very bright. Which I'm sure didn't help things, but then you know, 2 months 2 months ago. And then it's just like, yeah. I do want to do more of like this sort of thing. This was fun. Oh, that reminds me. I did have an idea of doing, it's like a vague idea, I need to work on it more, but not quite like a D&D session playthrough thing, but also kind of, because coming up with scenarios and then stuff. I mean, it essentially comes down to like dungeon mastering for chat, but kind of. The only reason I think that wouldn't work as is because, well, most of y'all are quiet if there's even anyone there at that particular point. So, waiting for someone to make a decision on what they're gonna do against X monster enemy and just not having to, yeah, but not great. Being caught up in its flow. Very quiet and shy. Yeah, I mean, hey, sometimes you don't even want to jump in VC. Which I get entirely. I can't say anything because I have a constant narrative, so I don't know if you're being sarcastic. Like, the little woo face implies yes, you're being facetious. Is that the right word? Let's. How do you spell facetious? Close enough. Not quite. Glib, maybe? No. Okay, well, there's a word to describe what I want to say, but I apparently forgot what it is, so... Glib. I don't know. Very quiet whenever we're in VC. Which could just be raging at my gameplay sometimes, but you know. I did get a bad habit from Joker and another friend from when we were playing Valorant, which is complaining way too much. It's been a struggle. Sometimes picking up habits easily is not exactly great. Glib. Yeah. Oh, you're saying that glib is a pro? Yeah, okay, so I guess that does work for you then, doesn't it? Mr. Yappa? God of Word. War changed. Okay, well, let's... Is this what I need to do? Just put my videos... I mean, I should. Like, not speaking of just negative? Yeah. It's more of how I used to be. Well, it used to be a lot more positive. Still kind of, but like, in the moment... Yeah. Usually tried to like, at least find funny ways to talk about it, but... Bad habits. Oh, that's an advertisement. I was like, what the hell? Now coming May 26, 2026. Good news! I have plenty of time to save up for a PC, which is very good because if we check the current state of chat, it's you. It's just you. So would take a little bit of time. In the general mood of conversation, sway the amount you're talking. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, that's one of those things where it's only a bad thing if it's something that you don't want to be a thing. There's less like a cut and dry, this is actually bad. Like, letting people walk all over you, that's objectively bad, right? But not wanting to speak up if all you have to say is something negative isn't really bad, it's just personal preference. And I refuse to say, in my opinion, because it should obviously be that it's my opinion, although it's somewhat just... What's the word? There's a word. Factual, I guess? I don't know. How is... My door is closed. How is there fly in room? How is fly in room? Where come fly from? Exactly. So I can open my door now and stop slowly cooking to death. Security's Gen AI due to legal concerns. Yeah. That's because generative AI, and with art, tends to steal it from other art that it's seen, and it's not always sourced in the most legal of manners, with permission. Trying to get the mid back up when it's flat. That is... I would love to be able to do that, right? But doing that takes so much energy. So basically, if you're not outgoing, it gets even harder. But yeah, it's a good skill to have. Especially if you enjoy bringing people's moods up, which... Surprise, I've only said it like 5 times. Very good chat. Many big people that have me in their chat. Okay, Mr. Dramatic. You're just now interpreting words in ways that I didn't say them? Did I say it was bad? No. Just that it wouldn't be conducive to saving up for, I don't know, a new gaming PC. Unless you're looking to, completely bankroll it, which I wouldn't allow in the first place. But just to get everything, out there, because that's how my brain works, details are important. Oh, okay. I've never even used WhatsApp, I'll be honest. I don't know what that's. Oh, okay, that's what that is. No. Yeah, no. Not dramatic at all. Okay. Remember how you felt beating that many attempts? No. Maybe we should just look at memes. There's an idea. Scroll through Reddit memes. Could even turn it into a video. Hmm. Okay. Is there... No, I thought there was a way to, like, look at memes within it, but... I'm not well versed in Reddit. Surprise. Two feelings for Starfield in hopes that Bethesda returns to weirder times. I hope that games return to times when they actually did their own thing. Someone who doesn't even know your first name says something to the rest in your portfolio. Yeah. Which is part of what I was getting at, other than the fact that I'm too stubborn to let anyone do that for me even if I knew them that well. But that aside, yes. It is not exactly great long-term investment things to throw money at people on the internet. I know it's something people do and I don't get it. Yeah, more than a little bit. If I speak. See, I wouldn't even be happy if it was me. I'd just be irritated. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but I tend to enjoy making things more difficult for myself, i.e. being prideful and not getting unfair advantages, that sort of thing. Like, I resented in school just because, like, you have ADHD or autism, whatever, like, there's a group where you can get more time for tests, which A, I didn't need, thank you very much. B, just feels like insulting that I don't need that. And then there's the whole, like, I don't feel like it would be fair, which, because my brain is very much... My brain would make a great communist, except for the part where communism doesn't work. And it knows that. Because reality just doesn't... Yeah, communist economy doesn't really work super well, historically. Or if you think about human nature and psychology, you kind of get it. Dropped any by some stranger would drive you insane. Yeah. Like, I don't even like getting gifts and okay, I don't like getting anything that I don't feel like I've worked for. Personally. If other people feel differently, fine, that's okay. That's their prerogative. But Why am I getting that ad again? Whatever. I don't like getting anything that I don't feel like I've earned. That wouldn't. So, like, I guess pointing an example. Getting rated by some large streamer and then taking it that way. On one hand, sure, but on the other hand, it'd always be just like really annoying to me, and then there'd be the constant question of like actually good or just lucky, and it's just like, eh. I like winning off of skill. It doesn't really matter if it's League of Legends or a what's it called? Oh geez. I guess in hockey it's called like beer league because it's a bunch of adults who are usually guys, which, well, most of them drink beer. Yeah. But you know, I don't like stuff being handed to me. I doubt that'll ever change. Again, I'm not exactly in a position to not accept gifts and stuff like that. Because, well, I can't really buy a lot of stuff on my own. So yeah, I get that, like, getting carbot fee thing. But still bugs the hell out of me. But yeah. What the hell? Isn't there stuff? Knights of the Old Republic remake. Why is it so many remakes? You know what? Yes. This. Very, very much so. Why is everything vampires? Why is everything vampires? It's so cringe. I don't even... Oh, The Last of Us. I don't even know what that is. Not getting a new Titanfall. Lamau. Also, Fable 4 had the issue of them deciding to purposely make the main character look ugly as hell for no reason. That is an example of hook. What do you mean in at the moment? Vampires have been in since before I was born. Meanwhile, werewolves are just and never. Don't even get me started on trying to find anything kitsune related. No books, no media, no games, no nothing. No. If I wanted one, I'd have to make it myself. Which, I don't know if you know this, but typing is a really useful skill for coding, and I suck at it. They became larger. What exactly do you think Count Dracula was, huh? Huh? If the words in any way, shape, or form of me having been around when Dracula came out come out of your mouth, I am not held responsible for the things that I do to you. Yeah, backspace that. Yeah. Oh, it is just replaying through these. Why are you like this? Oh, interesting. Well, good for them. So, but yeah, okay. Well, I can answer this one. Okay, I can answer this one. It's Two things. One, they're a company with older execs and whatnot, which are Japanese, which has a different culture. So that in and of itself, if you know anything about Japan and how behind they can be on some things, is part of the reason. The other reason is they have different copyright laws. Yeah, how much did you hurt your brain pulling up something older with vampires besides Dracula? Because like I'm worried for you. I know you're not huge on the whole like deep thought thing most of the time. I'm just looking out for you, really. You and your circumventing of loopholes. Mm-hmm. I see. Anyway. Immersive. Because I tend to be more immersive if you've ever played a... Oh, what are you doing over here? No, yeah. Not the one who's pushing a age risk of dementia. Ah ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Technically, I haven't even set an age yet, okay? This is young Kitsune. Young. Yeah, Kitsune standards, that could mean just about anything. But, you know. I'm just getting bullied. That's all it is. I just get bullied nonstop. It's in the worlds. But yeah. Yes, I am ignoring you, by the way. 1993. Oh. Quarterly and freefall across all departments, and the vibes have never been worse. Oh. Like, I don't love what they were doing with Marathon, but like, not only did they get the equivalent of like taken out back and shot, but then they got run over by Arc Raiders. Felt it every second simply for being yourself. You mean overly dramatic? That yourself? Hates you and abuses you. See, we've been over this. No. If I hated you, I wouldn't talk to you. Alta, darling. You haven't seen me. Just saying. Things my brain filters out. Lewd comments and also mean. I don't have to. But... You're tempting me. Just a little bit. Oh, they're still disputing it. Nice. Expensive for them, but nice. Give me a shout out back. You think that you're worth taking out back? No, it'd be done in front of everyone else to send a message. Come on now. That's a throwback. Oh, get out. My goodness. I'll be right back. Go on. Get. Go on, fucker. These give you dramatic ending. See, if you ask me to give you the dramatic ending, you get the non-dramatic ending. Mr. Peace and Quiet. Standard physical copy release. Fair, I guess. See, I'd look up memes, but again, I think I gotta figure out what to look up and where to go for that before I get myself banned off of Twitch. What did you think I was gonna stay gone forever? I mean, I guess I don't have... Okay. You're so lucky I don't have an ending screen. Or a starting screen. Or be right back. Anything. Just you wait. Oh look, it's you. Oh, I forgot that was the thing. Other monster behavior. I wouldn't know you won't settle. And okay. I know you did mention it, but I can't remember. Oh no, right! And you just copied my color scheme, I forgot. Look, there's certain things that I remember. Doesn't mean they're not important. It just means that I don't remember them, like, my birthday, for instance. Okay, bonus points if you also hear this read in the voice of the guy by the console, where you choose your missions in Helldivers too. I'm about to speedrun. Interesting. With the novelty? Because new things are interesting. And you get a little burst of serotonin. I was like, what? That's... Who the hell cares about that? And it's a peacock hat. This makes more sense. Okay. You have to boot up the game after you... Literally, not even 30 seconds. Not even 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. And then I was abandoned cruelly yesterday. So hurtful. I don't have the crying toggled, otherwise I'd probably do that, but you know. You get the point. Okay, I have a Reddit problem, and that's that it's showing the same thing over and over and over. Mm-hmm. Abandoned. Mm-hmm. I'm not dramatic. What are you talking about? I don't know where you got that idea. Audible. CD Projekt Red announces official mod support for Witcher 3 coming to PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox later this year. The game has only been out for 10 years? Has it been 10 years, really? Well, I want a crying toggle because it'd be funny, and it's a good opportunity. You don't have to make it all about you. Sheesh. Balatro. I could probably play Balatro on my PC. But first off, I'm vehemently against just jumping onto the latest trend, especially because I've come to the conclusion that I'm only going to get anywhere with this by doing the things I want to do and enjoy doing. Two, I'm just also prideful. Anyway. I didn't have any mean comments about anything except their developer being somewhat unreliable. Looking at you, Cyberpunk 2077. I tried. I gave them a chance, but the launch of that game was so abysmal. It was nowhere near what it was said that it was going to be, and then it couldn't even accomplish what it was trying to do in the first place. And then it just didn't work, period. So it's just, all in all, a disappointment. I still haven't finished that game. Hey, Doggos. Civilization 1. Oh no. Left 4 Dead 2. See, that's how I know that my graphics card is probably dying and been dying, is even that doesn't run great. Which, I mean, I guess the first sign should have been that stuff that I could play before with that issue wasn't running well. In hindsight, that makes a lot of sense. Even before we get to the crashing thing, which was probably caused by the power supply and the GPU and the CPU. But yeah, so I can't even do that. Huh? I feel like I don't want to click on that. Hindsight is... How is it not 2020? How does that achieve not 2020 levels? It's very clear in hindsight. Huh? Just because I'm a VTuber, you can't bully me for being stupid. Okay? At least wait for an actual opportunity. Come on now. Ask a customer to sign into the account on a wiped console. No? Pretty sure at least. Yeah, okay, well that's just stupid. GameStop. Can't believe you don't wear glasses. Well, first off, that's because my vision started off impeccable in the first place. I'm sure I'll work my way there eventually with the amount of screen time that I have, but, you know, still good for the moment. Okay, you need to understand though, I grew up not playing video games all the time, first off because my family thought that video games would rot your brain, because they bought into that whole thing. But two, because I was actually playing sports. Which didn't involve a screen. Oh, I totally would. I would keep glasses purely to put them on and do that. Maybe I'll get a glasses toggle in my model whenever I get around to actually getting that. Why does every game need kernel level anti-cheat? Because it's really hard to keep people from cheating? It's not great, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Because it is, you know. Yeah. You get nothing done about it. Counter-Strike, Dota, Battlefront 2. Yeah. It'd be nice to not have to have kernel level anti-cheat, but it's on everything because it works. Eyesight was always like this, very small lenses. Well, at least it's gotten better. I was born with a hole in my heart, so you know. That got better significantly faster than your issue, but it was also I don't necessarily go faster. I forget what that's technically called. The big youth. I mean, according to you, that's everyone's young compared to me or something. So blah blah blah, whatever. I really do need to come up with memes and look at memes until I can actually play games. Side note, was anyone else terrified of Big Bird as a kid? You can tell the psychic damage my streaming. Anyway. I'm gonna torch you and just leave this here like this, actually. Big Bird tried Elmo and took Cookie Monster's cookies. You know, I just meant more of like... This might actually be a non-discipline now that I think about it. Just... Did Big Bird not look like he was a complete and utter psychopath? Like, was that just me? Because it just looked permanently like he wanted to kill me. That's how my brain interpreted it. Pale people? Tall people? No, it was the facial expression. The way that he just stared dead into your eyes. His own, like, super wide and no facial expression whatsoever. I'm beginning to think this is an autism thing. Running from choosing continue started seeing it. Fair. I mean, he just put on SpongeBob then, so you know. My ad-based torture doesn't seem to have worked, so I'm gonna stop advertising for them. EA shuts down another studio. Say it ain't so. Tired of Elmo. Yeah. Oh man. Have you seen the video where they gradually turn up the amount of power they provide to the Elmo doll? Because that's stuck in my head now. Oh. It goes from normal to literally just screeching. Semi-disturbing if you like bother to think about it as them actually screaming, but also hilarious. Oh, is that who did it in Gadget Destruction? Oh. Which one is the guy who just tortures old lemon cars? Huh? Huh? Also Highway. Missing out? No, not really. Is that a thing people like think. Keyboard and mouse gamer for 40 years, never used a controller. Yeah, it's just a different input method. It's not better or worse, it's just different. I mean, it is worse in some cases, but... Old garbage cars that are destined for the wreckers. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. I was like, what the hell is a lemon car? Huh? Oh boy. Repetitive stress injuries. Oh, that's what RSI stands for. Yeah, that's quite the list. Tendinitis in one arm, pain in the middle of the wrist and back of the hand, tension in the shoulder blade, clicking in the elbow, and vertigo if you twist your neck the wrong way. I think it's time to go to a doctor, personally. Oil in a car with... eggnog. Okay. How about that? Is that closer? Yeah, I'd imagine. Wouldn't be super happy about it. That's closer. I mean, really, it was just the tongue and the mouth that, like, it just screams you, so, you know. New and tasty snack. No thoughts that empty? Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. When it came to the GQ. The only time I'm like this is on stream. I don't know why I feel like I'm on a time limit when I'm on stream, or I need to keep things moving, but that's about the only time that I care about that. Red Dead 2, my beloved. I was thinking of Red Dead Redemption. Anyway. Attention span is fried. You think your attention span is fried? Oh boy. But yeah, no, you and the rest of... You count as a zoomer? I feel like you probably count as a zoomer. I'm gonna put you in the zoomer category. We're jingling keys, we're dancing fruit, Minecraft parkour. Look, I'm not exactly Phillian, so I need you to bear with me, okay? Do you even know who Phillian is? Actually, come to think of it. I mean, I'd be surprised if you didn't, considering white-haired streamer, but you know. Carter? Cadril. Oh, I see. So that's how I get into react content. I just watch Cadril stuff, except another VTuber's already done that with Lost Fortunas and stuff, so I don't think that would work. No, Phillian. My condolences. I mean, Ay, vey. Ah, Phillian. Complete Cooper. How someone has that much energy, I don't know. But she also says some really dumb stuff sometimes. Well, the living proof that you don't need to be... Although, she's not as dumb as people, like, off-rip think she is. Okay? She actually has... decent business sense, although not, again, always the best decisions. And is pretty smart. But also makes really dumb decisions. A lot. Yeah. Very small list of VTubers you enjoy. I'm just gonna take that as a... Barking, dog barking. I'm gonna take it as a compliment. Just because I can. I see. I mean, I've got this like somewhat absent moderator that sometimes shows up called Alto, but I think I don't see him that often, so I kind of forget. But you know, sometimes he's there. Typically, he's somewhat entertaining, kind of fun. Sometimes. Two Halloween Squirter to back to back. Oh no. Not following along with the two new new VTubers that popped up after that conveniently, randomly. Wild. If it's not clear that I'm not a huge fan of the whole like past life thing with VTubing, I'm not a huge fan. It's kind of silly. And it just complicates things. Just interacting with them with the other stuff. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Because like, yeah, I know like you beloved. I haven't actually I don't really watch content creators as far as streamers go. Besides Limalicious and Debricky. That's really it. Because like I don't really watch Quantum stuff all that often. I sometimes watch his videos if the champion's one that I'm interested in, so usually Neferi. And then I watch Pekin stuff, or Pekin, again, if it's a champion that I'm interested in. But I don't watch a lot of streamers. And I watch like 0 streams. All members still there chilling. Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of sad because like the whole past life thing means that anyone who leaves Hololive can't really go back and do stuff like collabs or interact with people who are still part of it, because it just makes it incredibly awkward. Never mind. Potential legal stuff. But then you have like Matara leaving VShojo, and well, because she has her own IP, nothing really changes other than she's not part of VShojo. She can still do collabs with them and stuff. Which, I don't know. I don't hate Hololive, but it is definitely kind of sad how restrictive it can be sometimes. What the heck am I reading? Just Cyberpunk Mafia 3. Yeah. Okay, I gotta say this was like... I'm gonna take months to play through a campaign. It's a decade after the previous. No, they have Rockstar Online. They have GTA Online. They're not hurting for money, people. Not at all. Oh my, this is no. I'm losing brain cells. Why am I on Reddit again? Okay. Fair. This again. You're hungry and you want to play League. I can't really fix either of those problems. I'm gonna be honest with you. just I mean, I can neither force feed you nor play the game for you, so always got that shit. Yeah. I mean, a lot of the designs, which surprising, I'm sure, for a game that is all of its advertisement is basically in the characters, they do a good job with the design. I need to check in again on I said I'm not super huge on Ari's design that they have for 2XKO, but that's beside the point. We'll still be developing these 3 games together. I feel like every company that gets into a deal with EA just immediately regrets it. I feel like that's just immediate regret. With the pixels. Why is Subnautica considered a horror? Who's gonna tell him? Why is it called 2XKO? Because such a mouthful? I don't know. These are the people who made League of Legends and Valorant, so they've been like both sides of the comment, alright? I don't know. I don't know. You don't have any explanation. Hopping in Helldivers today? Maybe. I probably will at some point. His alpha name was much better. I don't know. Would Alto be joining us? Would he finally boot up the game he spent $40, $31 on? Sorry, I forgot it's on sale. Who knows? At least it was easy to say. You are so Zoomer coded. Tell me you're a Zoomer without telling me you're a Zoomer. Gosh. Back in my day, we got... What did we get? Call of Duty. And Call of Duty 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we got Black Ops and Modern Warfare, so like they expanded, but you know. Got it for 20 bucks. Just do it totally now. CD keeps your beloved. Blah. As much as The Witcher. Okay, the thing that I don't like about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is mainly that it's alright, the main reason why the dev said they didn't want to have a playable female character was because it would be more expensive, which, fair, it's 2 models, so I get that. But that because they wanted to be historically accurate, make a game where you're not like X big main character taking over army, and then they did exactly that in the first game. It's like them and Tarkov, those devs, I don't trust or like either of them because they just say stuff to say stuff. And it's like, no, hop on a game that costs you 20 bucks, you must play free Riot product. I see. You know, there's easier ways to catch depression. Just saying. CDPR Rockstar, they both have their issues. Like, how do they just find... Are these just AI? I'm starting to think these are just AI. Actually, is it? Because the dot's in a different spot. You're playing League for nearly 2 years and you're still not depressed. Well, there's still time. Okay, but like, why his thighs? Okay. That's overboarding. Well, why not? I think it's the best time to say something forebodingly for no reason. Just to make people think. Just to stir stuff up. That's the name you came up with. Damn. I thought I was bad at naming things. Hey guys, we have a game that takes place in a desert wasteland. Or just a desert. What do we call it? Sand. Call it sand. Yo, bro, hop out sand. Between live gameplay and whatever. London's Tower. It's just called London Bridge. Okay. The internet is breaking my brain. Like, way more than I thought. I've never played this game. I still don't know what it is. Never thought I'd see one in an Atari cartridge. It's definitely a throwback for... Is it saying $10? Is it just me or does it feel like a lot? Or is it just like circled back around to where it's like now a collector's piece or something? Personally, I feel like $10 for anything Atari cartridge related for a console that you can't even really get is a bit much. And that is completely useless without the console. Okay, camera. Go back to juggling your like 3 screens, nerd. Let's play a game. I'd ask if you want to play a game, but A, I'm not sure you'd get the reference, and B, you just say League, so... Okay, we finally reached... like, actually new... instead of it just recycling everything. I swear I've seen that. Duckside. If I wasn't afraid of copyright music, because PlayStation always has copyrighted music, I would click on it, but oh. They collected this is PlayStation 3. Fallout 3, I think. They just collected all the figures. Respect. Been on one screen the entire time. Oh yeah, right. I forgot you were too lazy to get out of your bed, so you only had your phone. My bad. They need to hurry up and like actually rewrite copyright law to be sometime in the like last century instead of 3 dozen behind. That'd be nice. Because there's a big difference between uploading a song and then having the song happen to be playing on a game trailer that you want to watch, and then you get a copyright strike because the music's in the background. Now in making food, I'm so proud of you. Former Dragon Age writer says EA spoke of a hypothetical nerd cave full of die-hard RPG fans who would always show up so you didn't have to try and appeal to them. Okay. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do to myself? And you, of course. Ah, so as someone who's played Arma 3, this is nostalgic. Oh no. Oh no. I don't think it's a good thing when your Jeep could get taken out by those SAM batteries as a requirement. It's probably not great. Have a fight one day. Don't have passive aggressiveness with no passive aggressiveness. Nah. There's no way that's from War Thunder. Is that? Maybe with a graphic mod. That feels edited to hell and back. Or just from something. Yeah, definitely not same. That's not a coincidence. But yeah, Fury Simulator. That's damn. But tell me that that's not really pretty. My PC could never, even when I upgrade the graphics card, but that is so pretty. I mean, unless it's like 1 frame per second, in which case, could totally do that. Oh, Gaijin, why do you have to be so bad at balancing the game and making Naval playable? Please, this is all I want out of life. Just larger maps, please, Gaijin. And a better aiming system that isn't so garbage. That would be good too. One of the coolest. What? Okay, well that looks horrible, so never mind. Um, deployable sim site? Huh. That's that is really cool. Oh. Yeah, Janine, you just stop railing me back in, please. You're just introducing cool stuff into your games, and I can't even get to this. I can't even really grind air because it's so painful. Do you want to know the air RB experience? You climb for 3 minutes, get into maybe one dogfight, and or just get boom and zoomed and die, and then do it again. Like, why are they so against starting you with an air spawn? Just start everyone with an air spawn. Just Gaijin. Come on. So much potential, but they're just so rigid about the dumbest things. And yes, I know my PC can't do a lot of things. I am aware. Yeah, that's again, like this is what I'm talking about. From the at spawn ranges thing. When you think about it, naval battles. Okay, you know what? Sure, close enough. Whatever. Battleship engagements traditionally occurred at 20 miles or less, so that doesn't really answer, but took place around 200 yards, although ships might start firing at longer ranges, depending on the situation. Torpedoes, 40,000 yards. Blah, blah, blah. You are not... not helping. I literally put naval. Why are we getting... whatever. Alright. The point is, it's measured in miles, and you tend to spawn in War Thunder Naval at 9 kilometers. Which is only 3 miles. Battleships have... I mean, they're not super accurate at like 25 or whatever miles. They probably start at like 10 to 15. Comfortably around like 6 or 7 for accuracy's sake, and you can't even reach those ranges in War Thunder's naval. So you get immediately pummeled by 5-inch shells, which do something at that range, or in the case of the Yamato, gets deleted by an Iowa, or what was it? Soyuz. Like, and they wonder why no one plays it. I don't know if they care. Okay. New Iris TSLM in action. Oh, so the other nations also got one. Oh, except that one just... Huh? Did it just create another vehicle? I'm so confused. I mean, kind of necessary. The new launch respawn mechanic. Yeah, that's not quite where he was it? Oh, Gaijin. Oh. Oh no. Heat FS 5.7 to 8.0. From first moment, I've been proud of you. Top tier, who filled my head with dreams, denied me my destiny. Good use of Kung Fu Panda me. Heat FS. It goes from God tier to, no damage? Okay. What the hell is that? Like, actually, what is that? What is this seal doing? Okay. That's a creative at least, I'll give you that. That's definitely creative. AM120 C and B. Oh boy. I wonder if it's an RTX series issue. Oh, you're needed. Why would I what? Oh, they're loot box shenanigans? Yeah, good luck with that. World man. What is it? What is the name of that guy? I never remember. Whatever, not important. The people that make World of Tanks and World of Warships. Not the greatest in policies. I'm surprised the cockpit doesn't break off, honestly. What am I watching? Also, the fact that any aircraft is getting this close to any ship, flying that low is kind of... Yeah, no. No. Can't read it as soon as it says though. What's next? Harm missiles? During died right on that. Yeah. No. Huh? Let me tell you really quickly why this idea wouldn't work. They would just hide over here, and you would almost never be able to end the games. This is the same thing that happens in air realistic battles when they have one plane left. Like, okay, they don't want to pay the cost for their plane by destroying it, either just by jaying out or getting shot down, because they know they can't win. And the other team wants to win, so they want to go fight them, but they just go up to space. Because there's no incentive to not go up to space. So let's see if someone... Yeah. Other tanks would be able to counter the vehicles, because they'll just sit in the back. access the spawner. Then what's the... Just make larger maps. IS3. Nice. T44, right? Probably. That's just an IS... Is that it? T10N? I don't know. I don't remember the differences. Maybe. Don't know. More modern. Maybe 72 before. Katusha. Na 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 na. That's gonna be stuck in my head now. Damn. Okay. Why design a turret for your train defense? Just stick a tank turret on it. Sure. I mean, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Oh boy. AIM 26 is in War Thunder. I don't remember which one that is. Victory in Europe, Dan, you can only play Russian. Oh, Gaijin. YT10 turrets? I don't know. Why does Russia do anything that it does? Let's be honest. Maybe they're just lying around or something? Yeah, why is it all Russian vehicles for Victory in Europe Day? USS Iowa is 8.7 in this stream. Oh, does this mean I could potentially get on into naval and not get hit by rocket ships? Literally ships with rockets? While in a low tier Japanese cruiser? Structural integrity for hot dogs needs to be studied and fixed. If your hot dog doesn't have structural integrity, it might just be bad. Because that's when they get all flimsy and wibbly wobbly. They're supposed to be firm. Mostly family friendly. Be mostly family friendly. Anyway. That's kind of adorable. By like some other... Oh. So we weren't doing the usual hot dog to general comparison? Is that just me? Oh, my bad. The buns. It all spills out. Have you considered putting less into the bun? That's what constitutes as a good clip these days, huh? Oh. Okay. I don't know why it was so long. I don't think that's how physics works. Tired of not being able to get through a hot dog without it exploding. You're not helping the innuendo side of things. I'm just telling you right now, you're not helping the innuendos. Only be posted on meme days. Why is that such a specific problem that it sounds like they had? Okay, so this is 3.3k upvotes. If I posted this on YouTube, it would get like 5 views. And I know this because I have an I've done this. Not this exactly, but a non well enough framed, I guess you could say. It's just a clip that's too long without anything happening. World's saddest hot dog because of structural integrity is garbage. If you're talking about the bun and all the stuff coming out, you built it. That's literally a skill issue. You did it to yourself, okay? Just saying. We're still performing. French players are just built different, dude, okay? Like, that's just the reality of it. Forget your pilot. How are the rotors not breaking off? Can't even. I can eat gluten-free bread, okay? I did it this morning. Like, literally, you think your hot dog buns are bad. Try gluten-free hot dog buns. Yeah. No. You get up off your high horse. Why are Hellfires not fire and forget? Because I'm guessing they don't have... Oh shoot, what is this? I'm like an Apache lover. I know this. I know this. I forget the name of the radar though. Oh my god. Longbow. The longbow system in the Apache. That sort of thing. What you're saying is that it shouldn't be part of the deal? Well, what do you mean? What just happened? Whatever, we'll go with this. I'll just have to scroll through all of this again. It's fine. Le clock proto était 10.7. Comanche. Man. Comanche is such a sexy helicopter. I remember back when they actually thought it was going to become a thing that they used in service. Not to say that they don't, and we just don't hear about it, but, you know, you don't hear about it. I mean, we all saw what happened with the stealth Blackhawks after all. Oh, so now low tier can get bombed to hell as well. With a 1,650-pound bomb. Rip an E from appearing in the game? Don't know, don't care. Man. Nostalgic Sims with your father. Yeah, Comanche. The Apaches. Still better. I'm not at all biased. That is some nap of the earth flying though, holy. Just like back in Baker's Canyon, huh? Someone order soup. Oh boy, yeah, I forgot they're bringing the F-18 Super Hornet to the game at some point. And they used to say that they wouldn't be adding any modern vehicles to the game. What the heck am I looking at? It's a small cannon, dude. Chill. Robots don't care. I mean, it's good art. Okay, I'll give it that. I'm tempted to make a joke about flanks, but I won't. Just saying though. It fits. Anyway. We have console. No. Two predecessors of the Iowa. Well, yeah, but no one cares about the Alabama or North Carolina. They're not as well known. That's just how it works. Is it supposed to be that short? Wash mesh shoes. I mean, I could. Yeah. See, on one hand, yeah, Cass is annoying. On the other hand, if they just made it more expensive to spawn and eat Cass, then it would be fine. Can I calculate the meaning of the universe? I mean, I wouldn't want to say that, you know, I know everything or that I know all the secrets, but you know, I'm pretty sure it's just to live your life. Why is any league so bad? Because I blame a generation of parents telling their kids that video games are bad for them, that they're gonna rot their brain, and that it just builds a culture of not liking video games and seeing them as a complete joke. But that's, I mean, that's my totally non-ranty, unbiased take on why so many things video game get taken not the least seriously in the US, and I don't know about Canada to be fair, but yeah, it's annoying. What are you trying to say, Reddit? Doing tricks. Uh-huh. What is worth under based. Oh. I don't know what half of those are, but I kind of like the look of the leopard one. Uh-huh. Cassian. Can let me bomb more at base? Take your time, mate. We're both landing. Thanks. I will give head when I finish. Uh-huh. What is happening? It is are War Thunder players okay? Hi, Greg. Why does this feel like the prelude to asking for something? Or asking about something, at the very least. What's new Swiss aircraft and German bomber line? My tech tree. I'm confused. I just don't get it. Kit Kats. I remember Kit Kats. AIM 9X is coming. Heat-seeking missiles. That surely won't be annoying to deal with. We're getting... Oh... You know what? I can appreciate looking at the bright side of things. Why is no one talking about getting Humvees? The half-life of uranium. Could I tell you what the half-life of uranium is? Off the top of my head? No. I can now. It's 703.8 million years. Any particular reason that we want to visit this particular bit of existential dread, you know? Did you just shoot the SPAA over? No, you shot that over. Okay. M1A1 aim. Still know what the difference is between that and the rest. A lot of hate for Naval? Yeah, because it's trash, and Gaijin doesn't do anything to fix it. You think this bit of asking me random stuff is funny? Well, hey, we learn new things, even if some of them keep us up at night. Probably. I'll forget it in like 10 minutes, but whatever. Karma exists. Sure. Yeah, aircraft carriers with the minuscule size of the maps. Can't wait for that. Surely. It keeps you up at night. I'm sure someone can, but no, not me. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Having Yamato, Bismarck, and Iowa in the same update. Either they do a complete naval rework to finally make the game mode enjoyable and requiring of more than 2 brain cells and use all 3 ships as a magnet for people outside naval to test it. Or Gaijin gave up on naval and they're just releasing these 3 ships to complete the naval checklist and abandon the mode. I mean, yeah, that's basically about it. I think that's the only options, really. Love tiering, down tiering tank parts. Holy brain cells! I think I just lost a couple there. I don't know why that was so hard for me to read, but I managed to make it quite difficult, didn't I? Masadeki probably mean in the Roblox game, because I don't think you can do that in Gaijin. You know what I mean. That's tragic. Why is the fox in the late World War II sim bracket? I don't think it can compete against modern vehicles, probably, it'd be my guess. Well, yes. I don't even need to look to know it's an abysmal number, because they want you to pay for premium. They're very transparent about it. No. You need to configure two-factor authentication. Okay, anyway, moving on. I despise the XM800. I despise the XM800. I hate it. I hate it so much. Disgusting little gremlin vehicle. Fly, get out of here. No, get out. Get. Shoot. Get. Out of my room. Out of my room. Go on. Or is it flies directly at my face? Okay. Down tier 279. The Merkava, a Mark III turret and slap it on a 190 cannon. Oh. I see. Okay, get that talking about Bailey that was about brain rebooted. Slightly. Oof. There's a lot of things that I don't remember off the top of my head, to be fair. I only just started playing again. Not even gonna... Naval is so back. What do you mean back? When was Naval ever here? Although I'm impressed that that's not a ton of AI, so you know what? I have a turret that has fire missiles as its main weapon. The premier air-to-ground missile? That one? Okay. Fair. I guess. I feel like that shouldn't work, but... Okay. Is Naval my Kiana, or I love it even though it's... Yeah. Yeah. Basically. I very much love naval warfare. It's just that there's no game that has both a more realistic damage model and isn't complete crap. Ugh. That in World of Warships is so grindy, it's ridiculous. Think of this game talking about like slapping the Storm Tiger's gun on it. Refresh my memory, what's an R3? But yeah, basically, I want to like, it's more accurate to say I want to like Naval. But playing a game of it makes me want to smash my head through a wall multiple times. And wonder if I should just like sign into an insane asylum because like it was obviously a bad idea from the go. Yes, can't steer. Oscar Myers. Hot bacon. Okay. Covering all the improvements War Thunder players got. World of Tanks. Oh boy. Although I will say, being able to shoot bombs out of planes and the sky has been a nice touch. Well, killed a mouse with a kamikaze attack. How? No, get out. Boom. Interesting. Help. No, you look fine. Yeah, playing air in high tier is not going to be very fun. Game crashing Xbox, that's rough, buddy. I need to find a way to turn on. Oh, that. Okay, never mind. Use the new F2 anti-ship missile. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna just cry. Okay. Yeah, that's missing a little bit more than your hat, just saying. Alrighty. Energy declining. Alright. It was a little better though. I do need to look up safe first stream memes next time though, so that I can actually have something to scroll through. But that's for next time. That is going to be it from me here though. Time to go eat food, since someone's been yammering about hot dogs the entire time, and I am now hungry. So, thanks very much for stopping by. It was fun. Per usual, there's the VOD channel and the main channel. VOD channel's don't think anything new at the moment. Working on it. Energy levels are getting there. So hopefully soon, and hopefully it'll stop sitting on 0 views for the VOD channel. Not even 0 views. 1 impression. Because it's kind of hard to get views if YouTube doesn't actually, you know, put your video in front of people. didn't have high expectations, but I thought a little bit higher than that, at least. By the way, stay awesome. Catch you guys next time. See ya. Bye.